Hey everyone, my name is Katie. I'm from Third Space Movement, and today we are going to talk about the basics of headstand and how you can safely practice headstand at home with the use of walls to support. So some of the key alignment features of headstand to consider before actually taking it up into the air. The first thing is we want to avoid in our headstand having any sort of forward head posture. So it's very important that before we transition into a headstand, we think about pulling our head back so that it is more in line with the rest of our spine. When we are determining the position of our arms, the easiest way to figure out how wide our elbows should be is by bringing our forearms to the ground and grabbing for opposite elbow. Now this is going to allow us to stack our elbows directly beneath our shoulders, which is what we're looking to find. Once we have this distance determined with our hands and elbows, we can bring our hands into an open basket. And in this open basket, many people like to tuck their pinky finger in to prevent any pain within the pinky finger once we are weight bearing. If that feels good for your body, please go for it. When I'm making this open basket with my hands, they're not just relaxed. I'm actually pressing my fingers into the backs of my hands and then resisting that press with the back of my hands so that my wrists and hands are locked into position. So again, I go here, I measure my elbows. I create this open basket where I'm pressing my fingers into the backs of my hands. And then I'm going to tuck my chin and bring the top of my head to the ground, the back of my head into the palms of my hands, this open basket. From here, it's very important that I'm pressing down into the ground. So I'm going to press down through my forearms until I feel my shoulders lift away from my ears. So if I was not pressing into the ground, it would look more like this. Whereas as I start to press down, my shoulders move away from my ears. So those are the most important alignment pieces before we take it upside down. One of the easiest ways to practice our headstand is with the use of a corner. So I'm going to move my mat into the corner here. And by using the corner, I can actually set my arms up, mimicking the shape of the corner so that I have a wall on either side of my body to aid in supporting me as I go up into this headstand. Just like I've shown you thus far, I'm going to grab for my elbows. I'm going to create my open basket. I'll tuck my head so that the top of my head comes to the ground, the back of my head comes to my open basket palms. Press down into the ground with my forearms, and once I feel my shoulders lift away from my ears, I'll tuck my toes and lift my hips up. Now this might be where I stay for a long time, especially if this is something that's very new to you. It's very important that you continue to press down through your forearms and that you never try to jump into your headstand. I'll walk my toes in towards my body as much as I can with my flexibility. And then when I feel like I'm ready to go upside down, I'm going to tuck one knee into my chest. I'm going to press so much into my forearms that the other leg floats. And from this place, I might stay and just balance here, or I can extend my legs up towards the sky. Now the wall is hugging my hips on either side so that I have no fear of falling. And from this place, I'm going to think about pressing through my outer wrists and my elbows in order to lengthen my toe mounts up towards the sky. Whenever I'm ready to come down, I can tuck either one knee or both knees in towards my chest and see how quietly I can place my feet down. And then I'll immediately soften into a child's pose so that I can release the musculature of the back of my neck, my upper back. And I would encourage you to stay in child's pose for a minimum of 5 to 10 breaths. And when that child's pose feels complete, you can release. And I hope that these tips help you to find better alignment, more strength in your headstand, and that this wall variation maybe removes some of the mental fears that can come with going upside down.